This will be the largest Norwegian-led exercise conducted in Norway since the 1980s, said Preben Aursand, spokesperson at the Joint Operations Headquarters of Norway. Most activities will take place in Northern Norway. Cold Response is a winter exercise led by Norway that is held annually with NATO allies and partner countries involved. This year's large-scale edition will take place in late March and early April. A total of 23 NATO countries, out of a total of 30 members, have confirmed their participation, as owned by partner countries Finland and Sweden. Apart from that, most of Norway's defense as a whole will be at work over the next few months. The majority of the training activities will take place in Northern Norway. Activities in the south will mainly be training before moving troops and logistics, i.e. receiving Allied troops and personnel, Aursand at Joint Operations Headquarters told High North News. In the north of the country, exercises will take place between Bod and Porsingermoen, particularly between Nord-Kjosbotn and Narvik, both along the main inland road E6 and along the coast. All activities east of Troms will be carried out with smaller units, he said. Big Dimensions participation in the cold response is thus equal to the size of the military exercises under the Norwegian leadership from 40 years ago. It's also more than twice as large as Cold Response 2020, with its 16,000 troops from 10 countries. The 2020 edition was also shortened midway, due to the corona pandemic. But the scale did not beat the 2018 NATO exercise Trident Juncture, which was hosted by Norway that year. Then, there were 50,000 soldiers from the 31 alliance and partner countries participating. Trident Juncture thus still holds the record for being the largest military exercise on Norwegian territory since the 1980s, but has since come under joint NATO command. The drills took place in central and eastern Norway, but also involved training operations north towards Troms and Alta. We invite this exercise primarily within the framework of NATO, and the magnitude of it all depends on the interest of our allies and partners. In addition, other sports activities are included in the cold response, Aursand replied. He shows how coordination is more cost-effective in terms of operating effects. And the more participants, the better the joint training in the alliance. Cold response is, in concrete terms, the umbrella exercise for the Brilliant Jump certification exercise for NATO's Rapid Reaction Force, Joint Task Force Very High Readiness. The exercise began in southern Norway in January. United States and United Kingdom, the US and Great Britain will make up the bulk of the Allied forces, he said. The British aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales will participate in the exercise, the Royal Navy announced in a January 11 press release. The American carrier USS Harry S. Truman is also expected for the exercise, with a support ship, Norwegian Daily VG said the same day. This fleet group conducted exercises in northern waters during Trident Juncture 2018. The USS Harry S. Truman is currently in the eastern Mediterranean, escorted by the Norwegian frigate KNM Fridtjof Nansen. The ships are part of US-led guarantees to NATO countries in the region in light of the Ukraine conflict. This fragile situation may be the reason why Aursand was unable today to confirm to High North News that the airline will attend Cold Response 2022. Dynamic participation rate. While the interest in participating in Cold Response 2022 is impressive, the number of participating countries and armies will be dynamic until the exercises begin in March, Aursand stressed. 45,000 troops were originally expected for the exercise, according to a January 2021 Nordlys article. These numbers change to practice for natural reasons. They are linked to the national priorities and budgets of various countries. Many factors are important here, including the corona restrictions and the current security policy situation. He said. The armed forces take a series of measures to minimize the risk of infection during the exercise and work closely with civilian health authorities and local authorities where activities will take place. Norwegian authorities are taking this pandemic seriously and have already filed a series of demands against their allies before we were even able to receive personnel. All participants must be fully vaccinated or recently sick with COVID-19. It can also affect the numbers along the way, Aursand explains. Thank you for following this channel.